Hello, 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 hello. Welcome back to my channel. It is me, it is I, it is she, it is the, it is who, it is Rosie Rosette 2020. Okay, the judge may do a mistrial for Derek. How do you pronounce his name? Chauvin? His trial. You know, the guy who killed George Floyd, allegedly. I mean, I don't want to say allegedly, but you know, YouTube and Google and all that, they be tripping or whatever. Anyway, um, let's see, the jury. So jury gets case in Derek Chauvin's murder trial. But I just want you guys to listen to what I think his attorney is saying. Now I don't know if I'm gonna be able to hold my phone up for 4 or 5 minutes, but let's try. Let's just see how much we can get. Listen to this.
Literally thousands and thousands and thousands of emails. So much so that I don't even look at that particular email anymore. So,
Turn it up.
but my phone gives me alerts on things that just happened. I mean, you can't avoid it. And it is so pervasive that it is, I just don't know how this jury, it can really be said to be that they are free from the taint of this. And now that we have U.S. representatives threatening acts of violence in relation to this specific case.
Oh, now you're worried about the violence.
Well, I'll give you that Congresswoman Waters may have given you something on appeal that may result in this whole trial being overturned. But what's the state's position?
The state's position, first and foremost, and this is a concern I raised at the beginning of the proceedings, well into jury selection, is that we can't allow statements like this, vague statements, to be considered a part of the record on appeal. If there's a specific statement that a specific U.S. representative made, then there needs to be some sort of formal offer of proof with the exact quotes of the exact statement or some kind of a declaration. And I'm sure Mr. Nelson can do that if he thinks that that's something that's appropriate. I don't know that this particular representative made a specified threat of violence. I don't know what the context of the statement is. I also don't know what television shows
Wow, they want to learn about violence.
Mr. Nelson is referring to in terms of any of this. And so I just don't think that we can muddy the record with vague allegations as to things that have happened without very specific evidence that's being offered before the court. As a practical matter, through the jury selection process, the court has provided instructions, has determined whether or not there are any outside influences. The law presumes that the jury follows the judge's instructions, and the court has instructed the jury today that they're not to let any outside influences or public opinion sway their deliberation. And the law presumes that they would be capable of doing that. So without any sort of specific offer of proof or information in the record, without any specific evidence that this particular jury was influenced in any particular way, I believe that the defendant's motion should be denied. And Your Honor, I make my comments, in the context
too lax. He needs to sit up straight.
Such an evolving
You can tell that he feels like he
Obviously,
is going
I spent my weekend preparing for
Look at his body language.
Remarks.
Look at his body language. He's like leaning on the
supplement
table.
the record with news articles. I can
He's
supplement the
leaning
record
on
with
the table
the
like, oh, I got this.
storylines
This
of the
is in the
particular
back.
shows that were brought to my
This
attention.
is in the back.
So I'm making it to note the record at this particular point, and I can certainly supplement them.
Yeah, you can supplement the record with whatever media reports. I'm aware of the media reports.
There's tons
I'm aware
of media
that
reports.
Congresswoman Waters was talking specifically about this trial. And
Everyone's
about
talking
the
about this
unacceptability
trial.
of anything less than a murder conviction, and talk about being confrontational. But you can submit the press
Who's not talking about
articles
this trial?
about that. This goes back to what I've been saying from the beginning.
It's not our
I wish
fault that
elected
he killed
officials
the
would
man.
stop talking about this case,
Why?
especially in a manner that is disrespectful to the rule of law and to the judicial branch and our function.
Disrespectful. Let's talk about disrespectful when
I
this
think if
cop
they
killed this man
want to
in
give their
cold
opinions, they should do
blood.
so
Well,
in
not
a
cold
respectful
blood.
and in a manner that is consistent with their oath to the Constitution.
In a manner that is inconsistent with what he was taught to. You're not supposed to kill
so, I think, is
a person because of a fake $20 check or a bill. Police don't have the right to kill.
They have been told not to watch the news. I trust they are following those instructions, and that there is not in any way a prejudice to the defendant. Beyond the articles that we're talking specifically about the facts of this case, a congresswoman's opinion really doesn't matter a whole lot.
Exactly.
Well, we got to stay on the street, and we've got to get more active. We've got to get more confrontational. We've got to make sure that they know that we mean business.
And that's what she said. That's what everyone is saying. So what? She, as a representative or a congressman or something like that, she's supposed to be quiet and shut up? Really? Really? Is this what we're doing now? Is this what we're doing? A white cop kills one of his friends or co-workers. I'm not going to say they were friends or co-workers, okay? He was a co-worker. He puts his knee on his neck for in excess of 9 minutes, kills the man in front of everyone. For what? For what? And then you guys are worried that, you know, there's prejudice. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of prejudices. Oh, but now we're worried about what the jury thinks. Oh, well, who doesn't worry about what the jury thinks? Because what we're worried about is yet another cop is going to go free in the act of killing a black man. For what? While he was getting paid for it. While he was getting paid for it. While he was getting benefits. Oh, yes. He probably got some good Kaiser or something like that. Oh, yes, a nice pension. So they fired him. You think? You think. Again, where in the Police Academy 101 does it say that you are supposed to kill a man if you think your life is threatened? No. No. See, you can't just kill blacks and Mexicans and let the white men go free. Not free. Keep them alive. Either you're going to kill everybody, you ain't going to kill nobody. You should not be killing anyone, especially for a $20 bill. So that man's life was worth a $20 bill. Tell me. That man's life was worth Maxine Waters not specifying her opinion and what needs to be done as a congresswoman. Or is she a senator? Is Maxine Waters a senator or a congresswoman? I think she's in the Senate. No, she's in the Congress. She's in the Congress, I think. Anyway. So now we can't give our opinions. We're not in court. We're not in court. We're not a part of the jury. We're not any of the attorneys. We're not, being called up to speak or, on anyone's side. So wait. So now we can't justifiably say our opinions on camera, even though we have nothing to do with it. So, that's against the law now? Come on. Now, Judge, you said you wish everyone would shut up. Well, you know what, Judge? I wish all you judges would do your damn job and convict these damn reckless, ruthless, no good cops. I'm not saying not all cops are no good, but the ones that are, they need to go. The ones that are punks that feel like, oh, I'm too scared. Oh my God, my life is, threatened or whatever. That should be the first question. That should be the first interview question. Are you a punk? Do you like to kill black and brown men? Tell the truth or shame the devil. That should be question number one. Question number one, are you scared of big black men? Are you? This just really hurts my soul. It really does, because George Floyd is not on trial. George Floyd is dead. Oh, yes. Yes. He's dead. Now, even Ray Charles, Stevie Wonder could see that this man killed him. What do we need a trial for? This should be open and shut. Look at the video. Okay, let's go. You get life. You get life. You get life, young man, because you killed him. You were not in fear of his life. Not for 9 minutes. Not for 9 minutes. You killed George Floyd. That's not an opinion. That's a fact. It's a fact. It is nothing but a fact. And you guys, America, the world sees it. We see it, but I guess, you guys have to justify it. You have to justify it, huh? You have to justify it. I just don't know what's going to happen. I just don't know what's going to happen. At least he got convicted. Well, not convicted, but he's on trial. Because 100, 200, 300, 400 years before any of this, even if it was a crowd of people, black, whites, or whatever, it was many of white males killing black men just because, and women and kids. I mean, that was nothing. At least we have video, but you know what? I guess this still doesn't matter because we're seeing cops kill, multiple. They killed a 13-year-old or a 12-year-old or whatever. It's just every week it's like, okay, this one, that one, this one. It's like, come on. Like, where does it stop? Again, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, ain't no way in hell I would be the vice president of the United States and I let this bullshit go. I will pull up to all of these cities. That one right there, he's fired. That one right there, he's fired. He's going to jail. She was an ex-district attorney. Come on, girl. What are you doing? What are you doing? See, they couldn't have me as vice president. Nah. Because as soon as, listen, you know what? I don't even know if I would get, I guess I would have to get sworn in. Yeah, and then we would party. Any and everyone that knows me or works with me, they know I wouldn't let this shit happen. Oh, no, hell. And be in a prominent position. This is why I don't really respect politicians. Okay? I know a few. I don't really like them. I don't, because they're full of shit. You know what? And they have to talk a certain way. They have to be a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I hate to say it, but I would be more like Trump as far as just saying whatever came up. Whatever came up would come out. Whatever came up would come out. And, again, even though he was a horrible president, but at least you knew where he was coming from. At least you knew where he was coming from. He wasn't coming from the side or from the back or whatever. Honey, what came up, came out. Now, did he sound like a fool? Most of the time or whatever, but at least he wasn't a snake. Okay? If he felt a certain way about a certain person, he let you know. That's one thing that we can say about Trump. But these motherfuckers, honey, I don't, See, now I'm getting hot. Where's my fan? There's my fan. I can't understand how this is not an open and shut case. I studied law somewhere. I just don't understand how this is not an open and shut case. How is this white man going to get away with killing this black man in front of billions of people? Not millions, billions. It was all over the world. You got people marching all over the world because that cop killed that man. I don't even care if black, white, or whatever. That cop who was getting paid a nice pension, good benefits, or whatever, killed that man. In front of the world. And there's a case. No, honey. Nope. I think we should have a hanging in front of a square. In Minnesota, the same place where he kneeled or whatever, we should put something to throw it up. Yes, we should. Yeah. And let him hang for 9 minutes and 26 seconds. Yeah, let's see. Let's have a case about that and see. Oh, well, let's see if he if he can live or something like that. And again, I don't condone murder, violence, or anything like that. But what happened to an eye for an eye? Now I'm trying to talk Southern. Where is Mitch McConnell? I haven't seen him. Did he get voted out? Where is Mitch McConnell? I miss his old Kentucky accent. Okay, I'm cool. I'm cool. I feel better. I feel better. I mean, I don't feel better about the state of the nation, about the state of my culture, about black men getting sent to prison left and right, all up in the jail cells, not with their, families or whatever. Black men, all these people on drugs, like hard drugs. You know what I'm saying? Drugs that destroys themselves and, the families or whatever. I know I'm jumping, but George Floyd, they said that he had, a little problem or whatever. Even if he did have a problem, that still does not give Derek a right to kill him over $20. That's not what you kill someone for. That's not, just like, remember when I still never posted that. When they stopped a car right outside and I kept the camera on it until the car moved and the cops and and the guy was okay. hmm that still doesn't give them the right to kill him. His life was not in jeopardy. Not the white cop. They knew it. They were co-workers. It was something else. It was something else. Man, I think dude was mad. Maybe he was mad that George got the white girl. Maybe he was mad that he was bigger, more handsome. It just doesn't make sense. He was his co-worker. He was jealous and envious of that man. They said that somewhere. I read that somewhere. This is a cut and dry case. This case closed. Case closed. There is no way that the jury should prove that this was not murder. There's no way. This is cut and dry. Cut and dry. It does not matter what Maxine Waters said. It doesn't matter. He killed him. Okay, you know what? I gotta go. I gotta go.